Hello, it's HighDef again, and wanted to start a new series. If it works out alright, it'll be a series. So it's going to be very similar to the series that Rob, one of the main developers of automation, he held probably a couple of months ago now, where he would he'd build a car, follow a demographic, and then see how fast it hot laps in automation with the test drive function on the automation test track, and then he'd export that to BeamNG and see if he can get a similar lap time by driving it on the automation test track. So yeah, I'm basically going to be doing that, but instead of the automation track, we're going to be using a modded track that I got for automation, which is Tsukuba, which is a Japanese circuit. It's quite small, so I was thinking it might be better to make it more competitive, to try and beat the time, since the automation test track it's a good track, but it's not like a racing track, and I know Tsukuba fairly well, so I thought it might be interesting. So to choose what kind of demographic, I am going to use a random number generator, and then we're just going to have to go for that one the best we can. So I thought it might be interesting. We'll also start in 1950, and I think each episode will go up 10 years until we get to the 2010s, and then we'll come back to the start again. I think we'll just start at 1950 and then yeah, work our way up like that. So let's get started. Okay, so I've just loaded up another car here so we can look at the demographics. I've generated a number of 24, don't know if you can see that. And let's count from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 24. So premium car. Okay, let's do it. Right, so 1950s premium car. Not quite sure. I suppose it was a demographic back then, not a strong one, I don't think. 1950. So, premium car. I would say it's going to have to be big, luxurious and heavy with all the luxuries inside. I think we've seen the one that we should use, probably this one. Now, it's quite large, and I've used this body before. It is very heavy. So let's go for a smaller option. Perhaps we could go for this coupe. Not sure. I think we'll go for the sedan though, because there's a bit more space, a bit more luxurious room inside. So we'll go for this family of bodies. So premium. Will that require us to go aluminium? It weighs a hell of a lot less, and it doesn't matter how much it costs, so let's go for it. Expensive is better in the premium and luxury categories, usually, within reason. Okay, so we'll go with a ladder. Oh, so wobbly. We may change this later. We'll go for just a steel chassis. It's only 1950. We'll go for luxurious suspension, that's for sure. Double wishbone front and back. Now, engine. I'm thinking perhaps a V12. Start off with a bang. Or we could go boxer 6. It's not a very big body, so perhaps boxer 6 would be the way to go. Yeah, let's roll with that. Shall make it quite a bit bigger, perhaps a 3.6 litre. We'll go slightly under square. We don't want to rev the living daylights out of it. Come along, you. Oh, for goodness sake. 3.7, that looks good. And it will probably just be a pushrod motor. And we'll keep the block and head material the same because reliability. Cast internals for now. I tend to try and leave the quality sliders alone unless I really need them when fine tuning, so we'll come back to those perhaps. We'll leave this for now, perhaps just lower that a little bit more since we want a nice luxurious torque curve that will benefit from being lower. So we'll go twin barrel carb, start with a single, just standard intake for now. Excuse me. Regular leaded fuel. There's a chance we might want super, but we'll come back to that. Get the exhaust fitted and then we can see where we're at. So be tubular, I'd imagine, for this. Let's see what we got. Lots of knocking, so we've got too much compression. Let's bring that down initially and we can fine tune afterwards. Revving way too high for this. Let's bring that rev limiter down a bit. Okay, still knocking like crazy. Let's take down compression some more. Looking here at the RON figure, currently we're looking at 91, isn't it? 92, beg your pardon. So let's put that there. Lower the timing slightly. Getting some issues with our internals here. We might have to go forged. I think, ooh, we don't even have forged in this day and age. This will fix the problem. We don't need to rev quite that high anyway, so I think we should be okay. 122 horsepower, I suppose that's quite a lot for the day, for 1950, for a smaller car. What is our exhaust? Our exhaust is limiting us like crazy. Let's go for a limit of 200 horsepower, 197. Getting some valve flow, that's due to high RPM again. Let's come back down there, we're still okay here. Still got a touch of knocking. Drop that off one. 122 miles per hour. That's our restriction in our intake, like 100 horsepower. Twin carbs, oh, twin carbs are helping. Look at this flat top torque curve here. That's what you want in a luxury car. Smooth, predictable power. We're going to get much more performance intake? Not really. Okay, let's have another look over the cams, see if we can, yeah, see the initial part of the torque curve there just plummets, where in luxury cars you'll spend most of your time there. More than likely you're not going to be driving around town in the red line constantly. So let's bump that back down and get back all that torque. That is marvellous. As you can see, the peak torque stays around the same. We were just gaining a lot. That was one step too far there. I think there is pretty much optimum. Yeah, I think we'll stay with 3.7. How much do we weigh engine wise? 253 kilos. Getting quite heavy there. Fuel mixture, probably leave that about there actually. Ideally I'd like to lower the ignition timing so that our power peak is at more around 2200, and I suppose from there we can raise the compression back up to fill in slightly. 1 notch, 2 notch, boom. Okay, so that should prioritize our throttle response and peak power a little lower, only by a touch. It's all still looking good. Can we drop that one? That's going to help our torque, that's for sure. Yep. And again. That's even better. Lovely. Can our mixture do with adjusting and see where we get to? Not really. Oh, that's helped a touch. Another horsepower. Well, hey. Okay. Let's have a little look. Oh, she's a beauty. Nice old flat 6 motor. Probably similar to what you would have got in an old Porsche 911. Not exactly the same, of course, but let's give her a little rev. It sounds like an aeroplane. Okay. Brilliant. Let's move on. Right, so the body. I think we will go with that sedan. What else do we have here? Convertible. Convertible might be a good idea. Only to boost the premium rating. It won't be a good idea for making it easier to drive. That's not going to be easy at all. Still thinking we'll go with a sedan. Make kind of like a mini roller. Something like that, perhaps. See what we can do with the body here. Not a great deal there. Make the nose look a bit smaller. Oh, there we go. Not a huge engine, so probably not needing a massive engine bay. Now, space, I believe, is a factor with premium. I will check the requirements of them as soon as the car is at least assembled. Ooh, nice big window at the back. Let's bring that out forwards. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Great big wings. No. Because I'm not 12 years old. No offense if you are. Okay, let's move on. Gonna make colour. Let's add a new one, so I like that grey. When you export vehicles from BeamNG, from automation even to BeamNG, the colour will only the base colour will transfer. If you put a pearl or a metallic on, it will just be the base colour of that pearl that you'll see in BeamNG. Why didn't it make me a new colour? Make me a new colour. Oh, these are all new paints. They just randomised. Okay, that's cool. I need to have that on. Oh, I didn't select it. That would help. I'm going to go for. Let's go for a nice blue, a light blue. Where is it? There we are. Let's just fade that out a bit. Maybe darken it somewhat. Classic sort of feel. Yep. Maybe more of a green since it's a premium car. I don't know why that makes sense to me, but it seems to. Oh, that's disgusting. About there. Now we're looking more classic car. Before paint could hold much colour. Okay, that'll do. Fixtures we'll do at the end. I'll do a time lapse because that can take quite a while. So it's going to be a rear wheel drive. So it'd be rude not to. Automatic because it's a luxury car. Manual cars lower your comfort quite a bit because of the action of changing gear is just not smooth. Not like when you have a slush box. So 2 gears, that's going to be tough. It's really going to be tough to drive this, I have a feeling, but we'll do it. Go for open diff because, well, perhaps an automatic locker might help, but we'll see. Still on cross-ply tyres back then, wonderful. Go for medium compound. We'll try out the sports as well, see how that scores. Rims and everything will do in a moment whilst we're doing brakes. These will definitely need to be maxed out, there's no doubt. Probably need some quality as well, because the brakes back then were awful. Even after they fixed the bug that made them half as good as they should have been anyway, they're still old drums just never seem to cut it. So we're going for a premium interior. I will imagine they will want 2 separate rear seats. I'm pretty sure that's what they like, we'll see. Premium radio by default. No aids, we'll put advanced 40 safety in. That's finished the build. Now we will give it suspension tuning, a base tuning of comfort. And let's have a look here at the markets. So premium, we'll pin that since that's the one we're going for. And they want comfort over everything, as you can see in those demographic desire indicators. Comfort, prestige, safety, and drivability. Not much of anything else. Reliability 2.5%, so wow, they really don't care about that. Oh yeah, we're going to be going via one country's market. I'm not sure which one, but because they all vary very much in what their tastes of cars are. So one country will think this car is amazing, whilst the other will think it's terrible. But I think we'll pick the market, the country that's most suitable for the market. So Gazmere is definitely a good one for a bigger car of a premium demographic. So let's stick with Gazmere and let's see if we can improve this rating. So top speed, we can go quite a bit faster than this. See our premium score shooting up. 100 miles an hour. Yeah, that's about it. Let's see if they like it. No, it's good for the top speed to end before the peak power, apparently. Oh, it's still going up. Fantastic. Kind of makes that just a drive gear and an overdrive gear. Fantastic. Let's see if they want shorter or longer. No, they want longer. It's got plenty of torque to work with. Wow, this car has got some oomph. Let's come back down. About there, I'd say. 63 miles an hour in first gear. Wow. They will go through clutches, or torque converters, I should say, more than likely. Okay, moving on. Well, let's just see if they like an automatic locker. No, no, they don't. Get that off of my car, they say. Sports compound. No, medium was good for them. It also depends on whether it's set up right as well. There's more to it than just trying different parts. You have to modify the whole loadout essentially to equate for differences like this. So let's just take our brakes, as I thought, horrendous. But as you saw, safety they're not too fussed about. Let's change the bias here and give the fronts a bit more chance. Oh no, they don't like that. Let's come back down. Oh, they do like a lot of front bias. Oh no, that's a lot of rear bias. Let's bump up the quality. No, I don't like that either. This thing's going to be a pig to drive. Nearly 8 seconds to stop from top speed. Woof. That is a bit hairy. Pad type. It's got to come down. Luxury car. Makes a huge difference, as you can see. 283 in the premium. Okay, I'm going to go back up to just as it clicked to 83 because we're making this car more and more dangerous by the moment. Oh. Okay. no brake fade. That is surprising. That's good. That helps the scores immensely if you have no brake fade. So let's see, perhaps we can make the wheels bigger and fit bigger rims. Now, 15-inch rims in 1950. Well, I suppose it is a premium car. Can't put as wide tyres on though. Put bigger brakes. Oh, premium shot up with the bigger rims, so that is good. Might just about have enough space now to put some half decent brakes in, not the best. Yeah, they do like bigger drums, single shoe drums. Oh my goodness. A bit softer now will help. Oh, maybe not too much. One click. Yes, this is looking quite good. This score really could do with coming up some more though. Aiming for at least 100. That's generally the golden area you want to try for. And you have steel rims, of course, 1950. Let's adjust the tyre size. Oh, smaller tyres means more grip. Oh, we were pretty much at the sweet spot. Yeah, 640s. Now, do we need to space them at all? Let's have a look down the side. Oh, didn't like that. Oh, yes, this game still has a few little things. Where we'd adjusted the tyre diameter, it set the maximum rim size down, or width size, beg your pardon. And you have to click something else to get it to refresh itself and realise, oh no, you can't have those tyres now. Yeah, it's still quite good. Let's see if it will improve if we pull them out a bit. That looks like it needs to come out a bit there. Maybe a touch more. One more there. No, that's too much. Yeah, about there. Okay, I think that looks okay. Let's bring back up the stats. Excuse me. Let's have a look at the aerodynamics. Obviously, we have no adjustment to this because we haven't put any wings on, and we're not going to, because it's a luxury car, well, premium car. This here is showing the rate of downforce we are getting as we go up in speed. So by 80 miles an hour, our front is lifting up by 17 kilos, and our rear is lifting up by 13 kilos. So yes, wings can pay dividends when you have a very fast car, because these downward slopes will be going upwards and increasing your grip and control. Not with this puppy though. Okie dokie, so cooling airflow, we can lower that a bit because this category don't care about reliability. This is basically saying how much air you want throwing into your engine whilst you're moving along. Having less air coming into your engine means you have better aerodynamics and higher top speed potentially, but it also lowers your reliability. But as we saw, they don't really care about reliability, so they're not going to care too much if we drop this off. Oh, maybe they will. I think they'll probably want it to stay at 50. Yeah, 50 it is. No brake fade to worry about, so we don't need to separate any of that airflow towards the brakes from the engine. And did they like the two seats? Oh yes they did, big time. And that's what they like the best. Okay, do they want a luxury? Oh my goodness, luxury interiors just changed the whole deal. They love it. Okay, even commuter premium's doing well, very well. I suppose it's not such a large V12 or V8 monster. It can be dailied, so maybe we're going a bit off of track, but we'll see. Do they want a luxury radio? They do. Oh, making this thing weigh more and more. Do they want the newest safety? Oh, well, they do. They do. Let's look at the weight now. Wherever it is, weight. Oh, that didn't actually change the weight. Oh, that's fantastic. Okie dokie, just 3 points. Now, the bump curve here looks pretty good. You really want these two lines to wobble and match up together, sort of around here. This is your front and your rear wheels. As you go over a speed bump, bump, bump. And this is the travel of the suspension, and you need them to match up together. So as they finish moving, they're at the same pace of oscillation, if that makes any sense. So, are we bottoming out? No. Could lower slightly perhaps. Is that going to help them? No, they do not like that. Ah, well, this is reducing our load capacity. If we lower the ride height, it means you need to put less stuff in it before it starts to hit the floor. So let's see where they want it to go to. Oh, they do like the ride height, that's for sure. Make sure it's not looking silly. It looks right, it probably is right. Some camber. Now we're going to be looking here at drivability and sportiness. Sportiness is not a factor, I believe. No, 2 out of 5. Out of 6, sorry. So we're going to be tuning for drivability. So anything we can do here to improve that percentage will benefit. So let's try some more camber. No. Or sort of more negative camber, I should say. So now we're just straightening the wheels at the front so they're not angled so much. Drivability is coming up. I believe the rears will want the same. No, they want a bit more negative camber. Now, see what it's saying to us about the suspension. Ride frequency is low and stiffness is low. So let's bring up the spring rate slightly. See, that's brought the bump curves back, say from there roughly. So it's basically stiffening up our ride. And perhaps one more. Is it still moaning? It is. Let's go up to 180. Still at 97.5. Perhaps dampening could. Oh, we want soft dampeners. They don't like that though. Let's try the other way. No, they liked it at 1. Sway bars. Can we get anything more? Yes, that's helping drivability. Now here you can see in this yellow line here we are just above the red, which means all through that speed at this steering angle we're prone to be oversteering. Kind of expected. It's not too bad towards the top, but it's going to be a rough ride. But then it's not meant to drive fast anyway, so that's what makes it fun. Okay, no more moaning about the suspension. They are moaning about tyre width, but really tough. Low sportiness penalty. We need more sportiness. Why is there a sportiness penalty on a demographic that doesn't really care about sportiness? Oh, it's just because it's generally that slow. Okay. Well, let's give it some more welly then. Oh. No. We'll try and give it some more welly. We might have to make a 4 litre. Or we can run it on super. Raise the compression up. 98? Yes. Just watching our RON here. Getting that back up to 98. See where we sit then. Ooh, too far. Nice compression. 130. Still gonna moan, I expect. Well, not so bad. It's a bit better. Bit more welly. Let's perhaps give it a bit more bore. We'll go for 3.8. 3.9. I'm going to go for 93 mil square. That's 3.8. So we're just as wide bore as we are length of strength, stroke, beg your pardon. Okay, so let's retune that now that we're not in line again, and hasn't really made much difference so far. Okie dokie. Bit more exhaust. Oh, that's helped, I think. It's a bit more top end, but it's not. I don't think it's going to help us. And they don't like the bigger engine. They preferred it where it was. I've got to find where it was. Oh, I forgot you can roll the mouse wheel on these. Fantastic little feature. Oh, you can see live that they prefer a smaller bore. Score's going up as I'm lowering the capacity. It's probably because it's adjusting itself in 100 different other ways rather than just because of the size. Oh, they do like it smaller. Perhaps it's quite heavy. Let's go for 3.3 then. In the premium, still getting that sportiness penalty. Perhaps we should go for an overhead cam. It is a premium car after all. 4 valves. Let's see if we can get it back up to 100. On compression. And a lot more revs by the look of it. Oh, there's all our power. Push rod systems are a bit naff. Okay, so we've reached our internals limit here, as you can see. 4,700 for the pistons and con rods. And that's with heavy duty con rods. And yes, I think that's about our limit there. Let's see what the penalty. Oh, we've still got low sportiness penalty. Rubbish. Okay, let's check the documents then and tell us. It will tell us what we're doing wrong. Oh, look at that. Still low sportiness. It must be something with our suspension or tyres. We'll find out. Oh, that's fantastic. Probably quite loud though. Oh, of course, I forgot about loudness. They care about loudness, alright. Let's get a twin reverse flow system. Boom, 107.3. That's better. That's helped. It's not helped our overall power, but it will have helped our low down torque. They like it choked. I do like it a bit choked. Here we are, a bit stronger than we should be on the exhaust, but they like the quietness. Okay, there we are. Right, it's enough of this engine, this confounded thing. Let's see what it sounds and looks like now. We've got different heads on there now, so different tone slightly. Oh, listen to that smoothness. That's wonderful. Right, final pass of tune. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. It's scoring pretty well in premium categories. Even in GT we're still getting a nice bit of score there. And yeah, let's try our hand at making it look sort of 50s. Okay, so there we have it, the Tillman Parker. First thing that popped in my head, as usual. Yeah, she looks alright, good enough for purpose. Let us continue. So, test track time. Now we are going to Tsukuba. Now, this is obviously a mod, and as the car goes around, it generally follows the course. There is a couple of bits where it looks like it's not on the course, but I've watched quite a few laps of different cars, and it is. I know the circuit fairly well. I'm pretty sure it's an accurate enough test for us to go and then try and reenact with the steering wheel and pedals in BeamNG. So let's get our time. Now this is going to be done in 2 lap sectors to start with. So it will go around twice and it will give me a time for 2 laps. Because it's a short circuit, I figured, why not? Let's roll with that. And yeah, let's go. Let's see what it can do. Oh wow, that's slow. This thing's going to be very uninteresting to drive. It's certainly struggling. I'm not sure the circuit corner names. I'm pretty sure they are in Japanese though. But this second hairpin is a right pain. Up to 50 miles an hour. Ooh. This is not going to be an easy feat. Now into the last hairpin, we'll see what kind of speed we get on the back straight. Maybe 60 miles an hour. Oh, it's wrestling with that boat. Come on. 50. Oh, she's got some power. 60. See 70 or 80. 75. 78. And straight through the wall into the field next door. As you can see there, it looks on the course like he is in the grass, but it's just the way it's come out. I had a look at the text file to govern where the corners and everything are, and it seems okay. I think I might need to add some camber because some of these corners are cambered slightly, especially the next hairpin that he's coming to. It's got probably about 15 degrees of camber on it, which would help, but we'll see. See how we might not get anywhere near this time. I have a feeling this is the first car of a lot of difficult cars since we're randomly generating which markets we're going for. Oh. The handle's pretty bad by the look of it. Bit crazy how it uses one gear pretty much the whole time. And across the line. 3 minutes 12 seconds. Wow, that's quite a long time for 2 laps of Tsukuba. Should be 2 minutes 12 seconds in most car. But hey, let's go for it. Okay, so we're here at Tsukuba with our Tillman Parker, the Beast, Premier car, and we're going to try at least to beat the 2 lap time that Automation managed to put down. I believe that was 3 minutes 12 of 2 laps, and yeah, let's have a little test drive. Sounding smooth and luxurious. I fear I may have gone too luxury than premium with this. It's might possibly have done okay with an inline 4, maybe made like a sort of family car, but given it lots of expensive parts. But hey, it scored alright. Okay, so handling overall is okay at this speed. The brakes are going to be shocking, but not too bad around there. It's a bit slow, but oh, 1 gear all the way, except the back straight, I expect. Oh, you have to go so slow to steer it. Full power now, if you would believe it, and hard on the brakes because it takes a long time for those little single shoe drum brakes to even get the thing nearly stopped. So unfortunately this track doesn't have a time trial feature with BeamNG, and I've tried putting one in, and because this is basically a conversion, sort of, it's an import from another game. It literally, the layout of the level is just not normal, and I've tried updating it to the newer BeamNG workings, but it won't have it. I cannot get a time trial to work on here, which is sad, but I can always use my trusty stopwatch, i.e. smartphone app. And oh, there we go. Yep, there's some oversteer, and yeah, we should be able to get the same effect. It's mounted right next to my hand here, so should be fine. Okay, have a couple more laps, and then we'll get to it. Okay, so ready for our first attempt. No idea how this is going to go, but let's give it a shot. Get to the right camera. Ready with the stopwatch. Hard on the brakes into D. Build up some revs. 3, 2, 1, go. And we're off. Running into the first hairpin. Get nice and early on the brakes. Make sure we don't go over 32 at the apex. Or 34 even. Okay, we'll fall on the throttle. Let's go off to the next bit. This is the complex, my favourite part of the track. Because of the entrance to this hairpin. It's always interesting in a pack of cars that, well, let's face it, that can handle a track unlike this thing. This is a giant sofa on wheels. Full throttle now, and it's thinking about accelerating. Hard on the brakes. And turn nice and wide. Late apex, early throttle. Not the best, but hey. Oh, up to the top of first gear, 72 miles an hour. And we're braking. Down to 60. Hold it around there. Turn in for the last apex. And full throttle. Out the other side. It's one lap in 1 minute 30. Got to keep about this pace, and we should be on to beat it, as long as we don't slide off. Okay, that was quite hairy, but I don't think we lost too much time. Oh, that was just about the right time to brake if you were going to slam them on. Wow, this thing really doesn't like to go too fast. I must say, it would be lovely to drive every day on the roads though. Hard on the brakes again for the last hairpin. All a little bit fast. Full throttle. Now, are we going to beat the time? 3 minutes 12 to beat. We're at 3 minutes 40. Sorry, 2 minutes 40. Starting the braking. Coasting in. Add a bit of throttle. And maximum throttle. Oh, goodness me. And across the line. And we got a time of 2 minutes 57.04. So that's 15 seconds we beat it by. It's not too bad. This, yes, isn't the sort of thing you'd want to take to the track too often, that's for sure. But there's always another track we can take it to, and that is the dirt track at the automation course. Let's see how she fares around there. Righty. Now to take it up a notch. If it wasn't hard enough on tarmac with sports tyres, let's try it on gravel with sports tyres. Okay. Off we go then, already losing traction all over the place. Literally no hope through that. Oh dear, into the tree. Oh, beautiful premium car. Dinked. Might take a while to get round this. But hey, should probably use a camera view that I can actually have a chance with. Not much control through there. These are very twisty turns though. Certainly not designed for a car like this, which is why we're doing it. Oh my goodness. Big bumps through here. Bump. Oh, that's a big one. That's what she said. Oh, up the hill, this is a tricky little nook. Oh, I think the clip's on it there. Oh, big bumps through there. Okay, that's one lap. Going for a two-lapper. Speed right off there. I must admit I do like this track, the reverse direction as well. So I'll be doing some of that at some point. Oh goodness me. Well, as you can see, this is quite the double handful. I think we might have some kind of suspension damage, maybe? Who knows? Oh my god. It's all over the place. Pretty sure there's something wrong with it somewhere. Probably a bent wheel, tie rod or something, so it's steering in two directions at the same time. Oh, I didn't like that. And across the line. Wow. 1 minute 31. Yeah, I'll take that. And perhaps we'll try the next car we make and see how much faster or slower, probably faster, it's going to be. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next episode.